In 2022, Iga Swiatek's work speaks for itself. She's been at the top of the list since April. She's won 8 tournaments on tour, including 2 Grand Slams. She's won 64 matches this year, which is the most of anyone. From February to June, she went 37 matches without losing, which was the longest unbeaten streak in women's tennis in the last 25 years. The WTA finals start on Monday. Starting us off, Iga Swiatek speaks out after a disgusting act angers the tennis world. Iga Swiatek has talked about the controversy over a move she made at the San Diego Open that seemed to be meant to distract her opponent, Donna Vekic, during a point. The world number 1 won her 8th title by beating Vekic in the final by 6-3, 3-6, and 6-0, but Świątek's actions in the second set when she threw her arms up during a rally to throw Vekic off took some of the shine off her win. Świątek ran up to the net and raised her arms before Vekic hit the ball, making tennis fans and commentators angry. But in an interview on Wednesday, the Polish star said she didn't put her arms up on purpose and that what she did was unintentional. She said, "I can't control it, but I hope it will never happen again. We're trying to fix it. It's the response to the stress of what's going on. It's something that happens on its own. When I did it, it was during the US Open, and I remember it being a stressful time. Right after the match, I went to Donna and told her I was sorry. She didn't feel bad, but it turned out that she didn't remember any of this at all. I hope fans will also get what I'm saying. I know that many bad things are said about this on the internet. I'm not proud that I don't always know what I'm doing on the court." Świątek mentioned that she was involved in a similar scandal at the US Open. During their third-round match, when Lauren Davis was about to hit the ball, the world number 1 also threw her arms up in the air. "I don't think that's true." John McEnroe said at the time on Eurosport, "I don't think that's legal. That's a bit below the belt." Fans were quick to say that the controversial strategy was wrong. Some even called it shameful and disgusting. Well, Iga Swiatek continues insane form in 2022. After Vekic double faulted on match point, Świątek pumped her fist and blew a kiss to the crowd. This was at the end of the third set, where the Polish star raised her game and Vekic seemed to finally run out of steam. Świątek's strategy for the deciding set of the new WTA 500 event, which was held in a popular surfing spot in California, was, "I wanted to go all in. Knowing how well she can serve, I just wanted to be more loosened up on my return games, not think too much, use my intuition, and fight for every ball." In the final match, Świątek broke for a 2-0 lead with a shot across the court. This gave her a lot of momentum. Świątek became world number 1 in April when Australian Ash Barty retired. He's now 64-8 on the season. This year, the 21-year-old won the US Open and the French Open. She will be the favorite to win the WTA finals, which start on October 31st in Fort Worth, Texas. Next up, number 1 Iga Swiatek is not 100% motivated for every tournament. Świątek, who is 21 years old, gave a surprising answer when asked how she stays motivated. She doesn't always. "I also feel like I've come to terms with the fact that I don't have to feel 100% motivated all the time. Sometimes, especially after Grand Slams, you feel like you have less energy when you play in these smaller tournaments," Świątek said. "But on the other hand, when I go on court, it's still the same, and I always want to win. I'm getting my drive from that," she said. "It's okay sometimes to not be so pumped, you know." Świątek has a winning record against all other 8 players in the WTA finals, except for Maria Sakkari, who has been to the semifinals of 2 majors and has a 3-2 record against Świątek. Sakkari said, "She's just like everyone else here. Maybe, but no one else on tour has solved Świątek's mix of a big topspin forehand, variety, and the ability to change strategies in the middle of a match. No one even came close to Świątek's total by 15 wins. This season, no one else has won more than 3 WTA titles. Świątek is also the first woman to win 2 Grand Slam titles in the same calendar year since 2016. The last tournament of the WTA season starts on Monday in Fort Worth, Texas." Caroline Garcia, who is in the same round-robin group as Świątek, said, "Yeah, she's a challenge. WTA finals is a challenge, but she's a challenge just by herself. At the WTA finals, there's no way to ease into things like there is at other tournaments. Everyone you face is one of the best. Świątek is the best at the best, just a happy accident. Even so, she thinks of this as a new thing." Świątek took part in the event for the first time last year, but she was knocked out in the group stage. Świątek said, "For sure, you have to be ready from the beginning. I want to see how it's going for me because still, I feel like I'm learning." Iga Swiatek opens WTA finals run with a straight sets victory. Number 1 ranked Iga Swiatek did so well against almost all of her opponents this season that it shouldn't be a surprise she's been perfect against the best players since the beginning of January. On Tuesday night, Świątek beat Daria Kasatkina 6-2, 6-3 in round-robin play to start her quest for a first WTA finals title. This was the longest winning streak against players ranked in the top 10 in a single season in the past 15 years. Świątek has shown that she is the best women's tennis player by winning 2 Grand Slams and 8 tournaments in 2022. Her match record of 65-8 is also the best on tour. This year, she has a 5-0 record against Kasatkina. "Sometimes, against players like that, there comes a little bit more doubt," Świątek said. She will try to make it 14 in a row when she plays number 6 Caroline Garcia, who beat 18-year-old Coco Gauff 6-4, 6-3. "But then it's a good thing to remember my strengths, and I'm kind of leaning on that and remembering that I learned a lot throughout this whole season," said Świątek, who won more games than Kasatkina by a score of 24-5. "I can use that experience, and there's no reason I would play worse than in practice. The game was over when Świątek took an early 3-0 lead. She quickly got used to Dickies Arena's indoor hardcourt, which gave me confidence for the rest of the match. She said Kasatkina, who didn't break on any of her 3 chances, said at the start of each set the margin was too big. Świątek said, "I knew it was going to be hard to balance being aggressive and not making a lot of mistakes because she can reset the rallies. I'm pretty happy that at the beginning I was able to be proactive, but on the other hand, really solid." She's 13-1 this year against players in the top 10, with the only loss coming on January 8th against then number 1 Ash Barty. Barty's retirement at age 25 in March allowed Świątek to climb the rankings. Number 4 Goff, who finished second to Świątek at the French Open in June, will now play number 8 Kasatkina, who reached her first Grand Slam semifinal in Paris but lost to, you guessed it, Świątek. Świątek's debut at the WTA Finals, the season-ending tournament for the top 8 women, was cut short after the group stage last year. Garcia has only been to this event once before. In 2017, she lost in the semifinals. "The past couple of years have been very rough," said Garcia, who at 29 was the oldest player in the Fort Worth tournament. "I'm so glad to be home again. 5 years is a long time in a career, but you do what you can to make it work." Świątek, a 21-year-old from Poland, has won as many titles as the next 7 women this season. This doesn't mean that all she can think about is collecting hardware. She often does this before going out on the court, but she said that she didn't do it before playing Kasatkina on Tuesday. "I'm not the person who will picture herself with awards," Świątek said. "I don't think it will lead anywhere, so usually it's about technique and perfect preparation for the shot." She was happy to see fans waving the Polish flag or wearing the country's red and white colors, but she also noticed thousands of empty seats in the venue and said in her own on-court interview, "Hopefully we're going to see a full house soon." Unfortunately, guys, that is all the time we have for today. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and until next time, cheers.